Welcome to Cartagena, Colombia, a city alive with music, color, and history.
You're gonna try my pizza.
Okay.
If you tell me you have eaten a better pizza, you don't pay it.
Okay. That's Juan Del Mar, chef and owner of one of Cartagena's top restaurants. He's leading me through the old city's colonial streets, surrounded by 11 kilometers of stone walls.
All the pirates wanted to come here because all the gold was here.
He was telling me.
Yeah, that's why all the walls. So that's why it's so protected, because all the gold was here, and this was the port where they took out all the gold to Spain.
Holy shit.
So everything that you see on the Pirates of the Caribbean and the Pirates of Pirates was here.
Everywhere we turn, people are dancing, and Juan can't go 10 steps without stopping for a wave, a picture, or a quick dance himself. All the ladies noticed he was here. They just jumped in trying to shake his hand. We're on our way to the first ever Patacon Festival, a celebration of Cartagena's iconic snack food, smashed, deep-fried green plantains. How the heck are we supposed to get a Patacon here? It's way too busy and the lines are humongous, dude. Juan is here to judge the best Patacon in the city, but it's just way too packed. There's no way Juan can judge this thing today. He looks at me, grins, and says, "Follow me." Next thing I know, we're back at his restaurant. He's on stage singing. My wife's up there too, and I'm swept into the energy of it all. By now, I realize that this guy isn't just a chef. I have to let you know that I have the honor of being with the most interesting man in Colombia, right here. Maybe the world. He sings, he cooks, he bullfights, he spearfishes. Back in the kitchen, he's plating a lobster dish that's art on a plate.
So we're gonna do a lobster rice.
That's what gets me. It's what I feel here that stays with me. Warmth, joy, the sense of life that moves with its own rhythm. Cartagena has a way of making you feel like you're walking on air. And tonight, alongside one of its living legends, I'm gonna find out why. I'm Michael Motometti.
And I'm Vanessa Salas.
This isn't just a travel podcast, people. It's your backstage pass to the world's hidden corners. It's vibrant food and the incredible people you never meet on the tourist trail. For 3 years, we've been living out of suitcases and trading hotel rooms for street food stands. We're all about finding hidden spots, meeting the local legends, and tasting the flavors that make a place come alive. Join us as we taste the wild and the wonderful and hear the stories that only locals know. This is No Fixed Address, your passport to the world's best kept secrets. Well. Welcome back to our little world.
We're back.
We're
Season
back.
2.
This is pretty crazy. We made it to season 2.
Kicking things off with my favorite country in the world,
Cartagena.
Colombia.
Oh, man. I mean, I know I'm married to a Colombian who actually is kind of from Cartagena, but I love that city more than I actually love myself, I think.
Wow, that's a big compliment.
Especially coming from a narcissist. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that is what I meant. I'm glad you read into the lines.
I mean,
in
I
between the
just
lines.
love it. It's just like that vibe. What was that song Juan Del Mar was singing?
Sí,
Colombia.
Sí, Caribe.
I mean, that is literally the only soundtrack that's going through my mind as I walk these beautiful, colorful streets, these colonial walkways, bricks from the freaking 1600s, walls that surround you wherever you go. I mean, this place is a gem.
It's not just me, right? Like sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm Colombian, I'm a little too patriotic, but there is just like a feeling of happiness and joy that I get from being there.
Oh my God, the music is coming out of every corner. Little bodegas on every street, street cart vendors flowing through. I mean, man, the food is amazing. The drinks are absolutely great. What's really interesting is that you got that lowbrow, highbrow thing going on that's going on in Mexico City as well, right? You can go highbrow restaurants or lowbrow street food. That is just all over Cartagena. And if you're gonna stay there, I mean, honestly, I'm a beach person more than anybody else. You have to stay in the walled city. Am I right?
I love staying in the walled city. I love being in Getsemani. I just feel like those two places, you get the culture. And as much as the beach is beyond beautiful, the culture is what's really special there.
Yeah, and the beach is like what? Only like a 6-minute drive with a cab?
Yeah, the beach is nearby. And it's not like a white beach that everybody imagines. It's a brown sand beach. And it's hot.
Water's
The water
super
is
warm.
so hot. So for those like beautiful, scenic white sand beaches, you have to take a boat to the islands, which is like 45 minutes to an hour.
That's another great thing, by the way, you have to do.
And you take the boat from the old city. So it's kind of like you're perfectly positioned.
So yes, if you're a big beach person like me, you're going to want to spend a lot of time on the water and the ocean. But when you come to a city like this is like literally Barcelona in like Picasso's lens, just super color, just the strange things happening at night. Just you feel like you're kind of like in an alternate universe, to be honest with you.
Well, Colombia is the land of magical realism, which is kind of like it's real, but it's magic. You don't know where the line is. There's a blend. And something that's so cool about it is that if you go walking after 6 p.m. in the plazas, there'll be like people dancing with fire, dressed up in the most, no reason whatsoever. People dressed up to the nines to just dance on the street.
And the most surreal thing is Mr. Juan Del Mar.
Oh yeah, we haven't even spoken about. He is a living legend. That's a perfect way to describe him.
My God. I mean, I don't know. Am I smitten? Am I in love with this man?
It sounds like he got you.
He's amazing. What do you want me to do? I mean, honestly, when I die, I want to come back as Juan Del Mar.
Yeah, it's funny. He's been a staple of Cartagena forever. And sometimes I think like he's such a really good representation of the city because he's lively. He's totally himself. He's vibrant.
He is like literally the unofficial mayor of the city. We're walking down the streets. I swear to you, couldn't go literally a couple feet without somebody trying to take a selfie with him. Or I would see people, I was walking behind him, so people were pointing, that's Juan, that's Juan, that's Juan. I felt like a celebrity walking with him. Like it was almost like Brad Pitt was taking us around town. And the best part, you'll be having dinner, waiting for your meal, and all of a sudden, he's on stage and he's singing and he has your wife and he's dancing. At least that's what happened to me. Jesus Christ.
He has a beautiful voice.
Oh, Jesus. Don't even start talking about him, okay?
All right. So Juan Del Mar is a true Cartagena legend and one of the city's biggest champions. He's the creative force behind his restaurant, which is called Juan Del Mar, and he's known for bringing the vibrant flavors of the Caribbean coast to life. So fresh seafood, bold local spices, and ingredients that tell a story with every bite. And fun fact, he makes an incredible pizza too. But he's not just about the food. He's all about keeping Cartagena's culture alive. You can see that the moment you step into his restaurant. It's become a gathering spot where locals and visitors dive into the city's music, art, and traditions. You're bound to see him on stage, pulling up people from the tables, dancing, having a good time. If you're curious about the stories behind iconic dishes, the locals who bring them to life, and finding hidden gems around the world, add our podcast to your favorites and subscribe to stay updated on our latest episodes.
So, welcome. Tell the audience, for people who don't know who you are, who is Juan Del Mar?
Juan Del Mar is a dreamer. And I believe that dreams are not the ones that you wake up with, but the ones that you do, the ones that you accomplish. And that's what I've been doing all my life, just accomplishing my dreams.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a restaurateur, I'm an actor, I'm a model.
He is very beautiful, by the way. I just want to point that out. I got my wife sitting here, so it's okay. I could say that.
I'm a singer.
Oh, you gotta sing a little bit. I mean, I heard when we were testing the mics. What was that song? What was that beautiful song you were singing?
I was a song. There was this famous Caribbean music festival here in Cartagena, and that was a song of it. And it says, "Sí, sí, Colombia, sí, sí, Caribe." It was,
I love
that song. So every time I'm trying out a mic or sound system, so I just sing it.
Tell us a little bit about your journey. How did we end up here at a self-named restaurant called Juan Del Mar? How did we end up here?
Well, it started when I was really young. My mother is a fantastic cook, and my father is the best host I have ever met. He already passed away, but he's still in me all the time. So my father, he was a businessman. He had to travel around the world, and he always took my mother with him. And my mother, since she was such a good cook, every place she went, she investigated the cuisine, she investigated the culture of that country, and she came back and she cooked for us whatever she had learned, and she taught us that you could learn about a culture through your mouth, through what you eat.
It's a language.
Exactly. So we couldn't get off the table if we didn't say what ingredients had whatever we were eating. So our table was quite different.
She tested you guys
Exactly
to see what ingredients were inside of the dish. What a way to build a palate, by the way. I mean, that's as natural
when you were
as it
young,
gets.
we didn't understand that much. We thought it was hard. And whenever our friends came over to eat, they said, "Please, Mom, don't do that. Don't do it," because our friends were, that's a weird house, But fortunately for us now, it's been great, and that's what I do. My father, when we were kids, we were always hosting parties, so we had to sing, we had to serve, we had to do everything, and that's what I do now.
But I have a very, very close relationship with my mom too. And it's like, I feel the impact of a mother on a son specifically is very, very powerful. I was actually speaking with her today, and we were just talking about her impact on me as a child and how I ended up, right? And she was talking about her regrets about making me feel so special all the time, because now when I walk into a room, I feel like I own the place. And I said, listen, that's one of the best characters I have. So thank you very much. Do you have any lessons that you think your mother?
So when I started the restaurant business, my father went broke.
Wow.
So he started working with me. And then my mother, when they saw that they were living off the restaurant, she said, "I'm going to go work with you guys." And when my mother started here, the restaurant just exploded. It was all she had studied her life.
What was she doing before that? Was she not working, or what was she?
No,
doing?
she wasn't working.
Wow. So she just brought this energy to the space.
And the women's touch, which is very important. So the restaurant just exploded, and I'm so thankful for it. And she's thankful too, because, she had something to do. She started working late. She was around 50 at that time. So she's been thankful, and I've been thankful for that venture we made.
That's a beautiful thing. And
Yeah.
I
And
think,
she's still working with me after 27 years.
wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
A lot of people, in my opinion, misinterpret what a restaurant is. I think they think it's about food when it is. I'm not saying it's not part of it, but there's a voice, there's an energy in the space when you walk in. I mean, I've been to many restaurants where the food was flawless. I don't go back. Let's talk about Cartagena. I mean, this city is obviously something very special. We still talk about it all the time. We come here all the time because my wife is obviously Colombian, and she's from the coast. But I don't think people have found this magic. I think it's just cutting onto people's radar. What makes Cartagena so special?
If you ask me, I think Cartagena is special because of the magic. And for me, magic is people, they don't see what you do, but what you feel. And this is a place where you can feel. This is a place where you can permit yourself to be. And when you permit yourself to be, you become magical. You become powerful. And that's all about Cartagena. People get here and, they just feel free to permit themselves to be. I don't know if I
think what I'm hearing is kind of like where we just went to that the Patacon Festival. There's a vibe, there's dancing, there's colors, there's magic, like you said.
People dance as if nobody's watching them. People sing as if nobody's listening to them. You know, it's just people just being themselves, and that's part of the magic of Cartagena.
Why
And
do you think that is? Like, where does that come from?
freedom. Cartagena was a place where there were slaves, and when they just became free, it's a way just to permit yourself. You know, just being free.
To let go.
Yes,
I
and it
just
was, and I can say it was hard when I started in the business because people that were serving, the waiters, they had to change to be servants to be servers. When you see me in the restaurant, I'm part of them. I serve, I cook, I'm in the bar, I sing every night. I'm one of them. And that made them just feel free and feel their job being dignified. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it gives them a sense of camaraderie, a sense of purpose, a sense of like, hey, he's with us.
And what he's doing is nice because for me, this place is a place where I give love through serving and through food. I believe in love. And love is not just sex, or love is not just to your partner or to your family. Love is for everyone. Smiling is giving love. Saying hi is giving love. Being amable, how do you say amable?
Kind.
Being kind is giving love. And that's what we do here.
I love
So
it.
what you get back when you give love is so powerful that most of the people that work here have been with me since we started
Wow.
because they have learned to give love and to get back what the people are giving back. You know, so it's
I love what you said about how love, because a lot of people just talk about love like with their partner or their child. But love is a language, it's a feeling, it's an expression, right? You can give love to a stranger walking on the street, but just by looking at them in the eyes. Or
Exactly.
maybe to a man who might be down on his luck and you give him some food. That's love, right? Or how you treat your employees as partners, you know? What do you think of, I mean, she talks about a lot of the cultural differences growing up here in Colombia versus in Canada or in America or whatever. Do you find that there's a bunch of differences? Like, do you find that anything specific kind of shaped the way that you look at life? Because she looks at life a lot differently than I do. Happy, free, you know?
that's the way. That's our culture. That's the way we were raised. We were raised in a. We have to smile. We don't have to. We like to smile. We love to share. We love to hug. We love to touch.
It's interesting because one of the main, first of all, 100% agree. That's you in a nutshell. But also, in another way, it's about this sense of undying optimism that I see, right? The way that she perceives life to me is very admirable. I look up to her, you know, because I walk around anxiety prone. You know, how much money do I have in my pocket? What's going on? You know, is it raining outside? Damn it. You know, it's like this
Well,
American
It's one life.
complaining mentality, you know?
I believe that we have superpowers, and as we have superpowers, we have also
Anti-powers?
anti-powers. And
Is that a
complaining,
thing?
for me, is the number one anti-power that we have. The superpowers that I found that we have, the first one is commitment. Whatever you commit to is going to happen. Second one is love, and we talk about love. Third one is magic. We should always also talk about magic. When I'm cooking, it's not the ingredients. It's what I felt when I was doing it. That's magic. Because when I cook, if I think on the ingredients, it's going to go into your palate. But if I feel, it's going to go into your soul. So it's different.
Almost feels like, I don't know, the way that you speak, maybe when you're cooking, you're doing all three: love, magic, commitment. I mean, that's
And
what
and
built
the last
these
one,
walls.
and the last one is respect. When you have respect in your pocket, you don't have limits. Because if there's no respect, you're always stumbling with people, with situations, with the ingredients, with everything. But if you have respect, that path is open.
Respect for the ingredients, respect for the people, respect for yourself. I mean, I'm getting chills just looking around, looking at these four walls. When I walked in, the first thing I said, Jesus Christ, this place is fucking beautiful. But as you sit and you breathe and you smell and you hear you speak, I feel like a warm hug. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing,
And
man.
that's what I do with the other people that comes here. I just hug them. And if I don't hug them physically, I hug them with the way I serve them, or the kindness I use, or the way I cook for them,
the
or
respect
the way
and love.
I sing for them, you know.
Do you think that, have you traveled extensively or have you spent most of your time?
Yes, I've traveled.
Do you think that that has influenced your way of cooking, your thought process, or?
Everything is everything. Every day, whatever your day is, whatever you visit, whatever you do, you're just taking information.
I feel exactly the same way about travel. I mean, like when we go places, number one, the first thing I want to do is I don't go tourist sites. I mean, she might want to go because she saw them in the books and the museums and stuff like that, or read about them. But for me, it's about meeting someone and going to the restaurants. You said it best. Food is a language. And we all are using the same ingredients. This is the thing that fascinates me all the time. Like you have a chicken chow mein, it's pasta and chicken. You know what I mean? It's just the interpretation of the culture. Talk to me about Cartagena food.
And also, what
is
you
it?
find in that place is what you put in whatever you.
Exactly. What's native to the country or to the
Exactly.
city or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Cartagena food. Like, imagine I've never been here. How would you describe Cartagena food?
It's happy, magical place, colorful.
Flavors. Tell me the flavors.
So many fruits here. Fish, patacones, plantains. You know what's amazing about Cartagena? We have so many influences in our food. We have the indigenous that were here, then the Spaniards, then the Afros, and then the Arabs. We have a lot of Arab
The
influence.
Turcos.
Yeah, the Turcos.
That's
Yeah.
Her family used to call me that. I'm like, I'm not from Turkey. I swear to God.
But you look like a Turco.
I know.
Yeah, but they call them Turcos, and they were all Lebanese and they were Arabs. They weren't. But at the time when they came here, they had the Turkish passport because it was part of the of their empire.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they call them Turcos.
Wow.
But they were all Lebanese and from Syria and from Palestine, most of them.
Wow.
So we have that influence too, you know. So we have those four very
Maybe
hard.
that's why you guys are considered, the women here are considered the most beautiful people in the world. So much mix. Because this is interesting because when we were having our daughter, we went to the doctor and the doctor was like, your kid is going to be the most beautiful kid on earth. I said, thanks, what a great compliment, you know? And she's like, no, I'm not complimenting you. I'm letting you know that you're 100% Iranian. You're 100% Colombian. These genes have not seen each other in the world. And when these two genes come together, they're so different, they create something beautiful.
Exactly.
And maybe that's what happened with the history here.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, you got the Afro, you got the indigenous, you got the Middle Eastern.
Are you saying that us Colombians are more beautiful than anybody else?
I mean, I never said that. I'll give it to you. You got 2 against 1 here. So, do you think that I mean, I've seen a little bit of an evolution, not much, mostly because of the tourism increase. But have you seen an evolution in Cartagena culinary scene here?
Oh yes.
Over the last 27 years?
Oh yes. A lot of it's you know, people are bringing up the Colombian cuisine to a higher level, the Colombian gastronomy to a higher level, and every day you can see it more. Every day there are more restaurants that are trying to do things better, bring up their history, bring up where they come from, and that's how you build up a really nice gastronomic culture.
Oh, 100%.
Well, I'm curious because your restaurant has been open for how many years?
27.
27.
Started August 97.
And since then, you've been in this plaza.
Since here, yeah, right here.
So you've seen this plaza grow, people come, people go.
I've seen so many restaurants open up, others closing. Yeah, but it's growing and it's growing, and people are starting to discover Cartagena, which is something which is nice because Cartagena is a place to be discovered. And I'm glad it's like that because only curious and special people get to come here.
Like
So
finding a
that's
hidden gem.
yes.
Well, I was telling Michael the other day that I used to come here when I was little with my grandpa, like when I was
This
a
restaurant.
kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
this restaurant. And people used to say then, oh, the best place in town, it's Juan del Mar. And then like 10 years later, I would come back from Canada at the time and my dad would say, oh, Juan del Mar. We have to have his lobster now. He's got this lobster dish.
He's been the best place in town for generations.
It's been forever. It's been my grandpa, my dad, then me. And now we got
Now
to
you
bring
bring
Penelope.
Yeah, it's nice to see the kids that they came as kids. They now bring their kids.
Yeah. That's
know.
what we're doing. That's what
Yeah.
she's doing.
Well, that you
Yeah.
can see it. It's amazing. The other day came a kid. Well, he was a man. He said, "Listen, when I graduated from preschool, you made me a pizza in a form of a star."
Wow.
He was 5, and we still remember that. And he came back. He was I don't know 25, 22. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean,
he
that's
was a
pretty
man.
amazing, by the way.
That's so cool.
I don't think I'm forgetting. I mean, you impact that man's life forever. And you changed pizza for him forever, I think.
Yeah. And then again, it's not the ingredients, it's what I felt when I was doing it.
Yeah, it was the care. Before we hopped on, you said at one point, you had 5 restaurants.
Yes.
But what sort of entrepreneurial, I guess, advice would you give to someone trying to get into hospitality? Every single person, including myself, says, don't start a restaurant. What would you say?
Number one, if you have your mother that's going to work with you, do it.
That's the best advice you're going to get.
Your mother is the only person that's not going to steal from you.
There you go.
You can't trust your father or your brothers. You can't trust your mother. Second, you have to love it.
You
If
have
not,
to.
it's impossible.
Yeah.
If not, you can't handle it.
You can't. I'm in hospitality. I had a restaurant at one point, but for me, being inside of those walls every night bothered me. You know what I mean? I didn't have it. I didn't have what you're talking about, right? And it didn't feel like home. You know, maybe if it felt like home, I would want to go there. I'd want to be there. You know, I think and I didn't have my mother either. So I mean, all these things I didn't have. So I shouldn't have opened a restaurant.
For me, the best time of my day is when I come here.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Who, me? Thank you.
I've already called you beautiful once. I'm not going twice. She's gonna think something's going on.
No, yes, I have so much fun here, you know, and if you don't have fun, not only in this job, on whatever you're doing,
Yeah,
just look for something else because
100%.
life has to be. You have to be happy with life. You have to enjoy life, and the only way to enjoy life is just being happy with what you do.
Yeah, and money isn't everything. I try to tell everybody.
Money comes whenever you enjoy when you're doing something.
Yeah, and it comes in. I think it comes
Es
in.
merecido. How do you say merecido?
Earned. It has
Earned.
to be earned.
Yeah, and I think it comes in proportion to what you actually need, and people feel that they need to get money to get happy.
No,
I'm saying, dude,
no.
like it's not gonna happen. I promise you.
If you
I said I
didn't
did- I
have
did-
fun making that money, you're not gonna have fun with the money.
Yeah. You know, Jim Carrey said something amazing. He said, I wish that every single person had the opportunity to fulfill every dream they ever had, and then they'll realize that it wasn't enough. You know, it's not going to make you happy. You got to do that here. You got to do that here,
Yes.
right?
Especially here.
Yeah.
Well, you have to connect here from here.
Yeah.
And the only way to connect here from here is by coherence, being coherent. And that is by permitting yourself to be.
Connecting your
You
heart
can't
and your
pretend.
head. Your heart and your head
Exactly.
connecting.
And
How
the
do
only
you-
way to connect from here to here is by coherence.
I think that's a really, really great segue. The connection between the mind and the soul births creativity for me as well, too. How do you stay creative? How, with your dishes, with your food? What is it?
I stay connected
To yourself or to the culture?
to
or to-
myself. When you connect to yourself, you connect with everything. When you connect to yourself, you connect with the cloud. All the information is there. It's as simple as that. You have to stay connected.
How do you do
You have
that?
to be true to
How
yourself.
do you do it?
Being true to yourself. You know when you're being true to yourself.
And I think being true to yourself also means being okay with who you are, right? I think
Permitting yourself to be. You
Yeah.
can't pretend.
Yeah.
And now in life, socially, everybody wants to pretend because they see something
I was about to say that, yeah, on social media or whatever.
on social media that it's not even real.
I know.
And you want to be like a person that's not real. How can you be real?
And also, on top of that, the distraction that the social media and the phone brings is terrifying.
You know, I've done 7 reality shows, but 2 of them have been Survivor. I've done 2 Survivors.
7?
Yes.
Sorry, that's a lot. I
Yeah.
don't,
I've done 2 Survivors. And what I like about Survivor is that they put you back to basics. And when they take you everything away from you, now you can see who you are. From there, you can build up. From there, you can see who you are.
yeah, see how
But here,
far,
outside, we have so much distractions that we don't even know who we are.
it's so true. And I think the phone, what you're looking at right now, probably when you're going to see this video, is destroying you. I mean, we don't even get a moment to have nothing to do, to be bored, right? Boredom births creativity.
Boredom is so
It
important.
allows you to imagine and create.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's why with our daughter, for example, hardly any TV, no iPad, nothing, no screens. Allow her to be bored and figure it out. And she's one of the most creative 3-year-olds I've ever met, you know?
I congratulate you on that, from having that power to take that the iPad and the phone
It's
from
a
her.
lot.
Because
I mean,
it's-
imagine we go to restaurants a lot too. It sucks. Don't get me wrong.
Well, start doing what my mother did to me, just trying to taste.
We're
to
going
see-
to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing
Oh,
that from
because
now
it's the
on.
West Bay to create a palette.
I want to ask you, since you brought up Survivor and it's such a unique experience being quote unquote stranding on an island with none of the comforts that you have at home.
Yes.
What did you enjoy the most about being on that type of show?
Connecting with myself. So the first one I did it 15 years ago, and I always wanted to go back because there I learned so much that I wanted to go back and connect with that. You know, it's just.
So
don't-
it's the real deal. Survivor is the real deal.
For me, yes. For me, everybody should do something like that because it's the only way to learn who you are.
You got to
To
go on.
discover
You got to go
yourself.
on Naked and Afraid. You know that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd kill that show.
Well, I did a magazine naked once.
Well, I don't want to
So
see that. I'm just saying
well,
the show.
Well,
I'm
I
just-
did both. I did the Survivor and I did the naked. So
Put them
it won't be
together.
no problem for me.
You know, it's interesting. I was on a reality television. I was on MasterChef.
Okay.
And it wasn't as impactful as that because there was a studio, obviously. It's a different type of environment. But I always describe it like a volatile relationship. You know, like while I'm in it, I was trying to get out. After I was out, I missed it. I wanted to go back. You know, it's interesting. You
Yes.
know,
And the word says it. They are real. That's why they call realities. They're real.
if somebody was coming to Cartagena tomorrow, what is the one place outside of Juan Del Mar? What's the hidden gem of Cartagena that you have to visit
Uy,
right now?
hidden gem in Cartagena.
Doesn't have to be hidden. Your favorite place outside of your own.
Well, El Químico's nice. La Movida's nice. Havana, I love it. I love Havana.
Havana?
Havana,
Have
yeah.
I been there?
No, you
Oh
haven't
my
been.
God, we got to go to Havana. I love Cuba.
Well, go to that bar. I love that bar. It's a really nice vibe. And every time I go, I sing it. I sing there, so I like
wow.
it too. Everywhere I go that has a band, I sing.
Like you just go up
He
and
goes to a wedding, sings.
Yes, I sing.
I'm coming to Cartagena for the first time. First, I had dinner at Juan Del Mar. Then I'm getting drinks at Havana. I'm having a time of my life. What's a one phrase I need to know? I'm a gringo. I don't know Spanish. What do I need? What's the one thing I need to know when I'm walking the streets?
Todo bien.
Todo bien.
Todo bien.
What does it mean? Very good? All
Everything's good. Everything's
good.
fine.
All good.
All good. Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what happens.
All good.
Food's good. Todo
Todo
bien.
bien.
Drink. Todo bien.
Todo bien. Yeah.
How you feeling? Todo bien?
Todo bien. Yeah.
That's good.
I love
So you're gonna
that.
teach me this shit. What the hell am I
You're
doing?
right.
Todo bien.
Todo bien. Perfecto.
Eso.
Talk to me about the future. Talk to me about the future. Is this it? Is this out for the restaurant?
Listen,
business?
I'm responsible of what I'm doing the next 5 minutes. After that, I don't know anything. And I don't want to know anything.
You said-
I believe that we're creators. We're creating all the time. So I like to improvisar.
improvise.
I like to improvise
It's about the now, right?
completely.
There is no tomorrow. There is no yesterday. It's all
That's why you feel anxious.
because I'm always thinking about tomorrow
Exactly.
and yesterday.
I'm barely ever today.
But she's calmed me down. I'm getting a little bit of that Colombian blood in me. I'm feeling a lot more happy nowadays. The thing about people with anxiety is that you forget to remind yourself about how good life is. You guys wake up and you're like, hey, everything's okay. This is amazing.
You have two ways to look at it. Either everything is okay or it's not.
Yeah.
You have that choice.
And it's also the perception of how you look at the thing, right? Someone can look at the same thing and be upset about that thing, or someone could look at the same thing and be happy about that thing.
Exactly. Either way, you have to make it. Just enjoy making it.
Okay, well, Juan, or as your staff calls you, Senor Juan.
Most of them call me Juan
Juan.
because I'm part of them,
And before we go, we have one more section I got to get to. But Juan Del Mar, what does it mean?
What, my name?
Yeah, Juan from the sea, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
John of the Sea.
was that a nickname given to you?
No, it's my name.
That's your last name too?
No, Del Mar is my middle name.
Wow.
My kid is called Aquiles Del Mar, and my daughter
Achilles.
Aquiles. Yeah,
Wow, beautiful name.
yeah.
Where
And my-
we have Penelope and Achilles. Isn't it both
Yeah.
Greek or
And
no? One's
my
Roman.
daughter is Atenea
Wow.
Del Mar.
He's creating gods.
You're creators.
And he's committed to it too. That's what it is. I'm learning already. I'm putting them all together. So before we end, Juan Del Mar, we like to go through what I call a speed round. It's some questions that I ask. Don't
Okay.
think, answer. You can
Okay.
take your time, but we'd like to just get your first instinctual thoughts on the answer of the question. What are you most scared of?
Not being happy.
What is your biggest regret?
I don't have regrets. I think that whenever we make something, it's because we wanted to make it.
And somehow, some way it works out. At least it has for me.
It's
You know?
it's our only way to evolve and to learn.
And also, a lot of the things that I think about that have gone quote unquote bad in my life are also the reason why I'm here today, which is a very good life. And I don't think people put that into perception enough, right? And put that into context.
Regrets is the same as complaining.
Regrets is the same as complaining. I like that. What makes you happiest?
Coming to my restaurant every night. It makes me
People.
very happy. Serving makes me happy. Giving love makes me happy. And that's what I do here. That's why I'm so happy here.
I think I know the answer to this, but I'm just going to ask it anyways. If you could only eat food from one city or country for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Peru.
Whoa. Out of left field. I felt that. I like that. I like that being surprised like that. What's more important, visiting new places or visiting somewhere that you love
New places.
no matter what, right?
Because you never know that you're going to love it.
This guy's killing the rounds. Juan Del Mar, man, I love you. Okay, I think my wife loves you. This has been an amazing conversation. Thank you again for your time. It's been a true pleasure. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, and thank you for thinking of me.
My God, I love that man, Juan Del Mar, huh?
Yeah, he's a star.
He's a shining star, huh? Well, as usual, thank you for listening. No Fixed Address is presented by Matador Network.
Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. We release new episodes every other Thursday.